What is up, everyone? This is That Bloody One from Skylanders, and today I'm going to be looking at my complete enemy Annihilator team. Now, I went over this in 3 parts, but I never really showed them all combined together. I've got my Kaboom here, which awakened his rock skill, super cannon jump, jumps on all enemies to attack and cast explode for 5 turns. And then I've got ambush, which I went over in a previous video, as well as my my Enigma. There's so many Skylanders, sometimes you forget what exactly each of them are named. And I've got the same runes as I had in my previous videos. The only difference is that, as you saw in the previous video, I awakened my Kaboom in order to bring him to these shiny purple stars. Now I'm still farming Boomer, so I'm going to get into some action and show you firsthand the enemy Annihilator team. If you remember from last video, when I awakened my Kaboom, I was using Stealth Elf, and I always had one hero dying off. And the skills I'm using now for Kaboom is the Traptanium Cannonball and the Super Cannon Jump. Besides that, all of the skills are the same. As you see here, I've got my Boomer leveling up to level 50, and I've got him at a +3 in the spectator position. Boomer is going to end up replacing one of my team, either Enigma or Ambush, once I get him leveled up to standard, because Boomer is also an AoE. So let's go ahead and jump into a battle and see this at work. Now I'm gonna auto it ×2 so you guys can get a real-time feel of this team and how good it is. And the only charging skill that I have in my AoE team now is Ambush's Nature's Revenge, which doesn't take that long to charge, and it usually gets used pretty quickly. I'm using the Traptanium Cannonballs because it deals damage to one enemy, but it also throws another cannon at another enemy, as you will see here in just a few seconds. And sometimes, like there, it will hit the same enemy, but most times it's going to damage 2 different enemies unless you're on a boss stage where there is no third or where is only one enemy. Now this team will also be very useful on any sort of boss fight that has mobs that you need to take out in order to kill the boss, because you'll be able to do damage to the boss with the AoE while also damaging the mobs. And for those of you who don't know the terminology, a mob just simply means when a boss has more than just himself. So in this game, a lot of times the boss, when he has mobs, will have 2 separate enemies to kill. And there's a lot of times where you need to take out these mobs before you take out the boss, because they boost up the boss's stats. So taking them out is really helpful, and sometimes you will have some mobs that are healing, and they will just keep that boss at near full health. So you really want to take them out first. Now there are cases, of course, where you don't want to even touch the mobs and instead just focus on the boss. In those situations, you may have to change up the skills on this team so that you're not killing off the mobs, but it is a situation where you have to decide based on your experience with the level. I'm going to go ahead and do one more round and then end the video. And as you see here, I'm getting pretty fast clears with this team. Now, of course, with my Kaboom being level 70 and the other 2 at level 60, I am going to be hitting a little bit harder than some of you who may not have these heroes leveled up as much as I do. But Kaboom, you can easily raise up to the level that I have with some grinding of 3-1 through 3-6 in normal mode. He is completely farmable, as is the Enigma, but it takes a little bit more strength to be able to get to where you can farm him easily. And I've mentioned the word farming and a lot in my videos, and I just want to give an explanation in case you've never played this type of game. Farming essentially means when you do the same level over and over again to get certain rewards or certain drops from the level. Like in this level, I am trying to get boomer drops, so I will do this level over and over and over again until I get enough drops of the boomer scraps to actually power him up. And the way that you know whether or not you have enough is by going to this power up section, and if this doesn't look like this but has some text saying that he's ready to evolve, then you can look down in the evolve tab and it will tell you how many scraps you need to actually evolve. But you do have to have the Skylander at +5 before you can do that. Alright, this video is getting a little bit long, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching, make sure to check out the links below for my Discord server, all the resources that you will need for the game, and any other information. And as always, enjoy.
Remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell.